Cinema.
Welcome back to War with Cinema. I'm your host, Greg, a local metalhead, and with me is
Part of the Collector. What's up, everybody? And today, you're in for a special treat because we have the best guest that we've ever had on. Well, I'm not going to say we've had other great guests, but this guy, it's his third time back, the lead man of Burial at Seas, indie movie icon, the one and only great Mick Sawyer, everybody.
That was an amazing introduction.
That's why I wish I had a soundboard, because I'd have done the applause.
Like, no one will ever be able to compete with that now. Like in every show, I'm like, that's cool, thanks, but it's not as good as Nick's.
When Greg first told me about you, he told me all the stuff you had done, and I was just like, how are you friends with this fucking guy? Like, he sounds like he would have so much going on that he wouldn't. But you were like one of the most laid back, down to earth people I've ever met, man. And I think that's why we love having you with us as much as it is, because like you've seen and done so much stuff, but at the same time, like you love, talking about it.
I do.
And
I mean, because,
us,
well, yeah, it's true, because it's like, you know how like you always hear those people that are like musicians or they're actors and stuff like that, and they always say, well, but we're fans first. But I actually mean it. I am a fan first, because like a lot of those people say like, yeah, fuck off. I don't believe that. You're just saying that because you're just trying to save face to look like you're such a humble person,
Right.
Like, I could see through that shit. I've met so many people, but like that have that demeanor, but really it's like, they don't give a shit about this. It's like, yeah, like, how like, you hear those actors that say like, yeah, I was a Captain America fan since I was like 1. Like, what, dude? Like, how is that? Bullshit. I don't believe that.
Right.
Like,
Chris Evans had never read one.
Yeah, there
before
you
he
go.
took the part.
Well, at least he admits it, Like, I hate those ones that'll be like, yeah, I've been a Batman fan since I was like 5 years old. And we read Batman for like 47 years.
We just talked about that like 2 episodes ago.
Dude, it's so funny too, because like, remember when you guys told me about the Tom Segura skit
yeah.
Steven Seagal?
And you started sending me so many
yes.
Tom Segura or Steven Seagal clips.
Me and my buddy Eric do that shit with everything now. It's like, I've been like cutting hair for like 48 years.
It's one of the greatest Tom Segura jokes that he's ever done. So the reason you keep getting brought up on the podcast and keep getting featured is because you're one of the ones that got me into movies. Like, I was into movies before I met you, but you like took my interest to a new level. Like, you opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. So
my useless knowledge.
Hey, it built this whole podcast off your knowledge. Like, I'm just sharing it.
That's amazing. Well, it's still kind of weird because, in a good way, obviously, not like oh, that's crazy. It's awesome to, because like I remember when you'd said that before, that like War with Cinema, like just the whole We Massacre model and all that stuff was like a big inspiration. I'm like, God, that's so crazy to me. Like, yeah. Still, I
well, it's just when I see my friends doing things and like, oh, they got their thing going on, I want to make my own thing. And
I love
this guy wouldn't leave me alone about making a podcast.
When he first came to me about the possibility of doing it,
yeah,
he told me that. He was like, these guys, they're not just talking about it.
Yeah.
He's like, they started off with nothing, and they've made, at the time, y'all had made, what, like 4 or 5 movies?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's fucking awesome, dude. Like, I would love to talk to people like that.
That's
because
so cool. Like, I love hearing that about, like, how you, like, that inspired you guys to do it. Because it's like, the way I look at it, it's like, well, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to inspire other people to, like, get off their ass. Oh, that kind of sounded cool.
Right. So we brought you on, and usually when we have guests on, we want them to pick a movie, and you picked American Gangster.
Oh yes,
great movie.
You gotta always like pick from the top of the shelf, right?
Oh yeah.
So why did you pick American Gangster? Because you just watched it.
Yes.
It's fresh.
He totally called me out on that. It's true.
Because his movie changes every time. He's like, hey, I want to be on the podcast. I want to talk about X movie. And it's like, just because you just watched it.
The last episode was supposed to be Black Mass. Yeah, that was great. Like, we talked about it for like about 5 seconds.
That's why we were so off topic. I just put interview with Mick. Because there's no movie in here.
I don't even remember that's the movie we were doing.
Just for you War with Cinema fans,
insane.
We're actually going to stay on topic. I am determined to stay on topic.
So we're going to talk about American Gangster. So why did you pick this movie?
I picked this movie because it's obviously, we've talked about it before. I'm a massive crime drama fan. Like, I love that specific genre.
Speaking of, I was kind of thinking about this lately. Is we're each into crime dramas. All three of us are into crime dramas, but I realized we're all into it differently.
Yeah.
This guy is into the gangster come up.
Yeah.
You are into like the straight cop, the clean cop.
The cop versus the criminal.
The Serpico type. Yeah.
And then I'm into the detective descending into madness, trying to figure out a crime and getting sucked into this like underground world.
Yes, this underbelly of like
all three of us
corruption and
would
all that
write
stuff.
the most masterpiece of a fucking
And that's what I
movie.
was thinking. Like we should, like you write the criminal, he writes the detective, and then I write the descent into madness character.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's fucking
amazing.
chills, yo.
Right.
Chills.
Next one we'll do a 7.
So I think we'll all have like interesting takes on this movie because I know you, Nick, root for Frank. What's his name?
Yeah, Frank
Lucas.
And I know you're fucking
Richie
rooting
Roberts,
for.
and it's Russell Crowe. I mean,
Yeah, I was about to say, it's tough not to like Russell Crowe in this
Dude.
movie.
Yeah, definitely.
He does a great job.
he really is. Like that scene between him and John Ortiz when they're in the back of the van.
Oh, dude.
And like he's like, "What the fuck is that?" And he's like pulling up like the track marks on his arm, and he was like, "I just love." It was so Serpico like because he was just like, man. Like I love it because John Ortiz is all fucked up, and he was like, "Man, you see that shit? He pulled a gun on a fucking cop. Kill or be killed, man."
Yeah,
Just
right.
like you taught me. Just like you taught me, Richie.
Yeah, just like you taught me, Richie. Putting the cases together, doing the leads, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah,
And
yeah.
He's like,
just
all I see is a fucking junkie.
Yeah, I love that too because I love the look on his face. He's
Right.
like, "You're so full of shit. Like I fucking know you're lying." Like it's.
Did he
so
pull a
great.
gun on a cop or a piece of shit junkie who was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
rob him? That's what he
Oh,
says.
so
Yeah, there you go.
amazing.
So
amazing.
full transparency. You know how you asked me if I've seen this before. I've
Yeah.
not seen this movie before.
No shit.
He sat down to watch it and he said the credits came by and he's like, I haven't seen this. I said, what?
So in my mind, I keep thinking Training Day. When people say American Gangster, my brain goes to Training
Well,
Day.
I told him that was just as good of a fucking
exactly,
pick. Like,
exactly. Like, oh my god, I would have done. Like, we're gonna do Training Day too.
We could touch on some Training Day.
we talked a little sprinkle, a little
So I
Training
started
Day.
to put it in the movie. I'm like, I've seen this before, and it starts. I'm like, I've never seen this before. I've had this movie for I don't know how long. I bought it at one time in my life, and
It is
never
a long
watched
That's
it.
movie.
so funny because
And I have
when
the
you made
director's
that-
cut.
When you made that post, I'm like, oh shit, okay, well Greg's on top of it. Like, you know, he already has it, so he was obviously a
I
fan
have the
of it.
director's cut and everything.
Yeah, even
We all
better.
do.
Yeah, exactly.
We all do.
I just got it on 4K last week.
So this is my first time watching this movie and blown away about how amazing it is. Like it's definitely quintessential, like gangster.
It really is because
Touches all bases.
Yes.
And once again, like I love when Ridley Scott does crime dramas. I don't feel like he does enough of them.
I was just
Like-
about to say all-star cast,
Oh
all-star
my God,
production.
Yeah, even Norman
all the
Reedus
way
pops
down,
up
man.
in it.
Oh no, right. I saw him. Fucking Norman
Dude.
Reedus.
Like Norman Reedus. I like, you know, my Terminator 2 fandom. Joe Morton, the one that plays Dyson, pops up in it,
Yep.
and it's like Cuba Gooding Jr. Like
Playing Nicky Barnes,
yeah,
man.
Idris Alba, dude, like the
I know.
cast.
I was super surprised about that because Idris Elba is like a newer. I
Yeah.
feel like he's a newer star, but this movie is old.
Yeah,
Even
To
the old-
see
seven.
Even the old
07.
guy, I forget his name, that plays Bumpy Johnson. Like even he's
Oh,
been in a
fucking
bunch
Clarence
of great
Williams
movies.
the
Dude, he's
third,
in
which
so many
is
good
weird
movies.
because like I'm like, wow, I would have never thought I would have saw Clarence Williams the third in a Ridley Scott movie.
I'm so glad I don't have to have IMDb. You guys
See?
just know these people.
Exactly,
Like, this
exactly.
is
For the
where I
most part.
fault.
They even found a way to put T.I. in there, and he didn't ruin the movie. dude.
Right.
Yeah, right?
I mean,
Everyone
honestly,
brought their A game.
I was happy that he got shot though, but anyway.
it's like they knew shit was going to be special.
right.
Yeah.
Like they just knew this movie
Oh,
was going to be it.
Well, because
Like,
it's based on a true story. Like,
see that's the thing. I don't like to jump into it, but like
no, we got to dive into it. Like,
some of the things about Frank Lucas that they portray in this movie, like it was
It's
all
not
true.
It's not
but
fully historically accurate.
Exactly. He was like they say Nicky Barnes was more like this character than Frank Lucas was. Only because Nicky Barnes did time in prison with mafia family members. So
Yeah.
he took the idea of structuring his drug empire after a mafia family.
Yeah.
You insulate yourself from the street guys.
Mhm.
You're making all the money. It's just like a pyramid. It goes up. And you have deniability at the end of the day because you and the drugs are never in the same place.
Right.
That's
So-
amazing. Well, yeah. It's
Well,
like
that's what
it's like the same. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. Like,
No, I was
it's
interrupting you.
like, it's like Richie Roberts. Richie Roberts historically did not have kids at the time. There was no custody battle. They just threw that in there.
It just made a way to put the lawyer shit out there.
Yeah, but like almost everything else is pretty much accurate. But he's a really interesting character.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because I did watch a Netflix documentary on the character, and it seems like they got very historically correct.
It was
like,
very
even
close,
the cops
yeah.
were like couldn't be bought kind of thing.
Oh, and also Richie Roberts wasn't the lead detective on the case.
Oh,
like he
right. They
was-
took some liberties on that.
Yeah.
But they based the whole squad off of like this one
Real
character,
people.
or
Yeah.
based this one character off the whole squad. So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, because I watched the making of it a few days ago. Oh, and I just so I don't forget, because it is connected to this film, but Unhinged and Joyride. Unhinged is the new Russell Crowe movie that came out last year, where he's the guy that has road rage. or
Yeah.
whatever.
I saw the trailer.
Amazing, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah,
Somebody
it's
did tell me it
so
was good.
It's so good. So, and then it reminded me of Joyride with Paul Walker and Steve Zahn.
It's an underrated movie.
It so is,
is an
right?
underrated
Like,
movie.
I love that film. And the cool thing about it is Ted Levine, that is the voice of Rusty Nail, is also
The police
police chief in Russell Crowe's in American Gangster.
It's also
And-
Buffalo Bill.
Yep, and Buffalo Bill, which it's interesting because I think Ted Levine has a history of guilt playing that character, because he plays a cop.
In everything. I've thought that too, man.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And like it's like, yeah, I gotta make this. I gotta make up.
I
for
gotta make
playing
up
that
for-
character. Like I gotta play a cop in
Because he was
everything.
creepy as shit.
Yeah, he was.
I watched that movie yesterday. It still creeped me out just as much as when I was 12 and saw it for the
Oh
first
my
time.
god! Yeah,
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
and then Russell Crowe was in Unhinged, and it's cool because there's a little Easter egg for Joyride in it, where, because you know how he says like candy cane on the CB radio and stuff
Candy
like
cane.
that, candy cane, like, and there's some scissors in there that are candy cane colored scissors in the movie, so I thought that was cool. Anyway, so back to American Gangster, but like, I just had to bring that up so I wouldn't forget. But yeah, like it's one of my, probably, I would go far enough to say it's like in my top 5 favorite Ridley Scott films.
Yeah.
It's just so good, man.
I
Like,
always get him and Tony Scott mixed up, like their movies and stuff.
yeah,
Tony's got some hitters
I love
too,
Tony
though.
Scott too, though.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'm a big Tony Scott fan. Like I was dying inside because one of the last episodes I was listening to, like, you're asking like, who did Heat again? I'm like, it's Michael Mann. It's Michael Mann. Like that's what
I know I'm fucking terrible with names, and it pisses me off.
I
that
was-
I'm like that. Yeah.
I always
was
think it's
like,
Tony Scott, too, though.
oh my god, I'm going to make sure that Greg never forgets that, because
Yeah.
like I was like, because like you guys are Scorsese, I'm Michael Mann.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
day
yeah.
long. Like Heat, Manhunter,
love Heat,
Public
though.
Enemies. Like I've loved just about everything Michael Mann's done.
Right.
Like, but which Ted Levine was also in Heat, also. But like,
But I mean, you can understand
Playing
the
a
mix
cop.
up.
Oh, yeah, of
Everyone's doing
course.
so many gangster movies. It's hard to.
well, you ever notice though, Michael Mann actually kind of focuses more on the law enforcement side of it,
And that's why
Martin
you love
Scorsese-
him so
yeah,
much.
Yeah, and
Scorsese.
Scorsese focuses more on the crime syndicate and
Right.
aspect of
Because
it.
everybody wants to root for a bad guy. Bro.
Yeah.
See, I think the difference between me and you is you like clean cops.
Yeah.
I think I like dirty cops.
I do like dirty cops too.
Oh,
though.
yeah?
I do. It just
The
depends
right
on,
dirty cop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that like Tom Ludlow from Street Kings. Like I loved his character because even though what he was doing was good, but he was so dirty at the same time.
Kurt
I love
Russell
that.
in Dark Blue.
Yes,
That's a good dirty
another-
cop.
You know, I
I
haven't
said
watched
that
that
first.
I haven't watched that yet, so
Oh, it's
no
so
spoilers.
great. I'm not going to say shit.
I'm gonna put
David
that on your
Ayer
list.
writes it. He
Oh,
wrote
yeah?
that film.
Oh,
like,
nice.
So
You
it's
know,
like,
I love Day to Day, boy.
oh yeah, same here. Like, and also because I feel like they all could exist in the same universe.
Yeah.
Like Eldon Perry,
That would
Alonzo.
be cool.
Like
Could
Tom
you
Ludlow.
imagine if there was like a crime movie that kind of like touched on these characters every
I
once in a
would
while?
be
Like they have
so-
like small cameos.
I would be so happy if David Ayer did
Be
that.
hard.
Like, hey, they're doing multiverses on everything. Why the fuck not at this
right.
point,
We need the
right?
crime drama multiverse.
Give us the crime drama multiverse. Like David Ayer connects like Jim Luther from Harsh Times,
Right.
Eldon Perry from Dark Blue, Alonso from Training
That'd be
Day.
hard.
I'm so glad you
You know?
gave me Harsh Times so I could give it to Nick because he loved Harsh
It's
Times.
so good, man.
Dude,
Like,
what if old boy from Harsh Times, not Christian Bale, the other guy, what if he lives and he becomes fucking the dude from Suicide Squad?
Oh yeah.
Diablo. Dude. How
Well,
awesome
how will
would
we
that
connect
be?
it with Fury too? Like, they're gonna have like some kind of descendant that fought in that war or whatever. Like with
Yeah,
one
you
of
can
those
have Shia
characters.
LaBeouf. That's his great grandpa or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Harsh.
See, this.
I also don't bathe.
This is. See, this is monumental. Like we're giving David Ayer ideas. Maybe he'll
Yeah,
listen.
start like tying all your like gangster movies
That
together.
would be so great.
So American Gangster. This was my first time watching it. And I was just blown away.
It's such a big movie, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
It really is.
And
When
it's
I
so
went and
good
saw
because
it.
I watched the director's cut and I did not pause. I did not pick up my phone. I was hooked into this movie because
Yes.
it's so good.
you
It
really
is.
feel like you're watching this man's life.
Yes, 100%.
You do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and also it's just like.
So what is this movie about? Like, I'll let you break it down, Mick,
And
because this is your pick.
Wow, this is crazy. Okay, so in a nutshell, it is about Frank Lucas building his empire, and
On heroin.
after Bumpy Jones dies in the beginning of the movie, and
Yeah, he
then
has heart
yeah.
heart
they're
complications.
I
like
love
in a
that
TV
scene,
store.
though.
Oh, it's
Heart
so
disease.
great. Yeah, heart disease. Like
Why are you yelling, Frank? There's nobody here. And
Yeah.
then he just fucking falls over
that's
dead,
so
man.
great. Like, but basically, and what a great opening scene too.
Mhm.
But like, and then you see the other character, Richie Roberts, Russell Crowe's character, that is also a narcotics. I think he's basically a narcotics cop, but also trying to be a lawyer or a prosecutor at the same time, and basically. They end up intertwining, obviously, and Russell Crowe is basically trying to bust Frank Lucas through the whole movie, and just like
One of the things that I loved is Russell Crowe's character is they play him as a straight cop. Like they find almost $1 million and he turns it all in.
yeah,
And even his partner is like, if you turn this in, you're basically putting a target on our back for the rest of the cops.
Because
to, like,
every
kill
cop
us.
was on the take back
yep,
then.
exactly.
Right.
Especially in New York.
It
like,
was- it
either
was-
the mob paid you or drug dealers paid you.
Right.
Nobody was
they,
honest.
They had an interview with Richie Roberts, though. He said that, yeah, that's true, but it was exaggerated for the
It wasn't
I
a
mean,
million,
exaggerated
yeah.
for the film, but it gets the point across
Yeah.
so heavily. Like, we are this straight that we're not going to even take $1 million.
Yeah,
We're not
exactly.
going to. So I like that they added that in the movie. And not only on top of that, his partner, who I don't know that character or that actor.
Oh,
Rather.
John Ortiz.
See, that's why I need you
He's a
here.
great actor,
Like,
too.
I don't need IMDb. I just need a Mick.
I know. I told you, I'll be your Jamie.
He's a great actor. In that.
Oh, he was amazing, but he's a junkie in the movie.
Yeah.
And it shows Russell Crowe won't even stand up for his fucking partner. He's like, I'm going to write the report.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting away with this. And that was just so heavy to show how straight he is as a cop.
Well, and I also love when they turn the money in, and he.
Why are you counting out in the open? Everyone can fucking see you.
I also love when they walk out of the precinct, and Russell Crowe just gives him that glare, like, you fucking asshole, like you didn't even stand up for me, nothing, you didn't back me up. That's what partners
Right.
are supposed to do,
Mhm.
and I just love it because he's like, what? But yeah, it's so good because you love seeing how you see both characters and you see how their everyday normal life is. But I have to jump to this, but when he's fucking his lawyer and she's like, fuck me like a cop, Richie, don't fuck me like a lawyer.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
All I could think about was the mess they were going to have to clean up afterwards.
Yeah.
God, just who's going to clean all that up?
I love after he's he tries to get his kid and his old lady doesn't let him have him, or his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And those kids
Carla
are just
Giacchino.
breaking him. And he pulls his fucking gun up. Pick up the fucking bottle.
Oh, I love that. He was like, I fucking told you to stop fucking breaking the bottles. Now I'm going to have to fucking kill you. It's so great.
It was a good scene.
They
She's like,
pick 'em
see,
up.
you're never gonna change.
You think because you're a good you think because you're a good cop, you're not going to hell?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a
because-
really
So
powerful
great.
scene.
It was.
Because it is like, he thought because he was doing the right thing in the eyes of the law that it absolved him of being a shitty husband and
Right.
an absentee father, and that's not the case. Like,
Yeah, and
you can
then
be the
he-
greatest cop in the world and still be a piece of shit person.
Exactly.
And it was great too because you saw, and Russell Crowe played that scene so well because you saw the look on his face, like he was.
He
like,
knew what he
"Fuck,
was doing to her.
She's right.
Yep.
She's right.
it was a very eye-opening moment for him as a
Yeah.
character.
Take the kid, go to Reno. I'll see him when I can.
Yeah.
Because like he knew like I can't do anything for this kid.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm
Exactly.
doing all this for myself. He's like, I just want to be a lawyer. Like, I don't even care about whether I get this kid or not. Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think he realized, like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do shit for you, kid.
Yeah.
Right. But on the
better off.
spin, like Frank goes to what is it, Columbia?
yeah.
To get like he's cutting out the middleman. He's going straight to the source.
Yep.
And this is where you like Nick. This is you usually really care for these characters.
So, like, anytime I watch a movie, documentary, anything about somebody that comes from nothing and then they end to be a millionaire, billionaire sometimes.
Right.
Pablo Escobar, did he do terrible, horrible things? Yes.
Of course, yeah.
100%. You have to get to that spot.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, to take somebody with nothing and to get that far in life with nothing but the grit and willing to do whatever it takes to get there,
Right.
I don't know. I just respect it a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Like, even
was
if I wouldn't do that shit myself,
Yeah.
I still respect it. But
I was watching the documentary on the real like Frank, and he's like, I just wanted to be the baddest guy in where were they, in New York?
New York,
Yeah. He just wanted. I
Harlem.
wanted to be the baddest man in New York.
Can we also bring up though how great Josh Brolin is
Oh,
in that
dude.
film as the corrupt police detective
Oh, yeah.
in it? Oh my god! Like I always laugh though when he pulls him over on his wedding's day. And like, cause I think he just got done blowing up his car or something like, oh, no. He blew up his car later and he was like, I love that car. And he was like, I know.
He puts the turkey out front of his house too. That's what's even better.
So great.
Gobble gobble and then boom.
Yeah.
I know, because before all that, Russell Crowe was like, nice car. Like,
No, he pulls him over. That's when him and Huey get pulled over and they got the key in the back.
That's right. Yeah.
That's when he
yeah.
says, "Where's the Mustang?
Yeah.
Mustang's gone, Frank. I like that car."
Yeah. I love that car. Yeah. And he's like, I know. It's so great.
I don't know.
Is
Maybe
that-
you didn't get the message. You wanted to be your house next time. Like, even still, he knows he's got him, and he still doesn't give a fuck. Like,
right. I'm assuming that's an elaborated character. Like that, I don't think that really. I don't know. Do y'all know if that's like a real character based in real life?
Oh, no, I do
don't
not know about
Yeah, I
that.
don't either. Actually, like
Yeah.
I
I'm
just,
assuming it was like one of hundreds
yeah,
because
probably
This is
it's
true.
probably
When he
based off,
testified,
like, a bunch
like-
of shitty corrupt cops.
I think
during
they
that
said it
period.
was 2/3 of certain departments in the NYPD were
Yeah.
like all went to prison.
I do love though when Richie's character goes to New York and he goes, next time you fucking come here, you fucking call me first. I don't give a fuck if you want to go to a fucking
Hot dog stand.
Yeah, a hot dog stand, or what was it, like a Broadway show?
Yeah.
You fucking call me first. You know, it's so great.
Yeah,
I
'cause
was
he has
said last
some
time I
marked
was in
bills.
Jersey, never.
I love that scene.
So disrespectful, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Like, he was so great though. Like, I think that was the movie that, like, between that and No Country for Old Men, I think that was like officially what made me a bona fide Josh Brolin fan. I was
He's
like,
so great.
he
He
really
is a good actor.
So
I
good
can't
in
speak
it. Like,
good
and he
enough of him.
plays those roles so good.
Oh
too.
yeah.
So good. Like, I always said that, like, if they ever did a remake of Black Rain, Josh Brolin should play Michael Douglas's character like all day long.
I'm
Like-
okay with that.
Like, which is my favorite Ridley Scott movie, by the way. Like,
Oh, okay.
so, like, and that's what I mean. Like, I feel like Ridley Scott should do way more crime dramas because he's like ridiculously good at making them.
Yeah.
I
that's
think
true.
for somebody like him, especially if you look at the overall scope of like all of his movies,
Yeah.
I think to him it's kind of like low hanging fruit. Like
Yeah.
he knows he can do it well.
Oh yeah.
So he doesn't like. There's no challenge in it for him.
He like, and it's interesting though with Ridley Scott because he goes all over the place. Like he'll go from like historical
fiction,
stuff or science fiction to crime drama.
It just shows his talent and his
Yeah.
range.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, and it's just like that's probably in my top 5 Ridley Scott films of all time. Like American Gangster is just so good. Like I love and it's got really good character development too.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
You get invested with everybody,
Yeah.
even the side characters.
You really do.
Like even his mother. You're like, oh, this poor woman.
I love that scene though when Frank Lucas goes and calls out Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character and the
When he's
Ricky Barnes.
when he's stepping on his shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he was
Pepsi.
like, I don't care if you call that shit blue dog shit. Just don't call it that. And then like,
Don't call it blue
Like, I
magic.
call it red
don't call
magic.
it blue magic. Like,
I call it red magic, dude.
yeah,
Don't even
I
sound as
give a
good.
shit. It's so great.
Coca-Cola, that's a brand.
Yeah. Oh man.
You diluted my brand by
I
calling
love
that shit.
like I love how he goes because Idris Elba is such a douchebag in the movie.
Yeah,
He's
he
so
is. He
good
treats
at it.
him like a servant
Yeah, and he was like
because he
very good.
what he does is he puts his glass down on the table without a
Yeah, and
coaster.
he puts the coaster there. Yeah.
Right, he wipes
He
it.
wipes
puts
it
the
with a
coaster.
handkerchief, then
And he's
puts the
like, "Oh,
coaster.
after that, you want to go clean my car?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot or something like
Go
that."
get me a
Yeah.
light, Frank.
Yeah, he was like, he goes, that's very good. He was like, hey, Frank, you get me a light? Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, such a douchebag.
And then later in the movie,
20%.
that-
20%.
I love that. Yeah, like 20%. My man.
Dude, and it was such a good way because it did two things that I don't know if, I mean, I'm sure y'all picked up on it, but one, it showed the entire neighborhood that, it's my time.
Yeah.
And two, it showed all of his brothers that even though we're family, this shit is business.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'll blow your fucking head off in the middle of God in front of everybody just to prove a point.
Yeah, he
So what
said,
the fuck do you think I would do to y'all?
Yeah, he
And
said
then he
it-
sits back down and goes to eating breakfast like nothing
Yeah.
fucking happened, bro.
It's so great.
It's one of my favorite scenes in all
Same here.
movies. Like, and then he puts the fucking jar with the sugar, puts the sugar jar down and puts a 20 out of his pocket
Yeah.
in the fucking jar.
So
20%.
20%.
And then goes and sits back down. And he's like, what was I saying?
Oh, it's so great. Yeah, and I love how they're all looking at him like,
You didn't just fucking do that, bro?
yeah.
and then later in the movie, he's like, "You're gonna shoot me in front of all these people?" Yeah, I am.
What you gonna do, Frank? You gonna shoot me in front of all? Boom! He didn't even get it out, dude.
Right.
This is so great. Like, and oh man, what was it? Like, another one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when Richie's assembling his crew,
hmm
and
Was it?
great one.
Oh, fuck. I thought I had the name. It's like something Z.
The
Like-
RZA.
yeah.
Oh, RZA's
that's
in this
right,
fucking
that's
movie.
Right,
Yeah,
that
dude.
is RZA. Fuck.
I was blown away. I was like,
forgot.
"It's fucking RZA."
He's first of all, I don't think that ever gets brought up enough. Is how great of an actor slash
He really is.
movie. Like he writes movies, directs them, all that shit. Like
Yeah, that's
RZA
why,
is
that's,
the most
that's why
talented
they
motherfucker
did the
ever.
Man with the Iron Fist. That's how he got Russell Crowe because they worked on American Gangster together.
Baptista too.
Yeah, that's right.
Not that he was in this, but he's in a bunch of stuff with RZA because of that movie. And it's not a great movie, I feel like, but I mean, for like a martial arts,
Oh, it's just fun.
it's different. Like
Yeah.
and I thought Russell Crowe did a cool job.
Well, it's
in
like
it,
the
even though movie's not great.
samurai movie that we watched on the
Oh yeah,
podcast. The Last
I still
Samurai.
actually
with Forrest
have to-
Whitaker.
Oh yeah, Ghost
Dog,
I
yeah.
still haven't
Ghost
seen
Dog.
that yet. I still,
It's like it has a fan base. Like I'm not the fan base for it, but it's a
'Cause of
good
Jim Jarmusch.
movie. Like I mean, it has its fan base.
yeah, because it's the same guy that did Dead Man with Johnny Depp. Like he's done a lot of. He did that latest movie, The Dead Don't Die. That's the most latest movie he's done. But like he's one of those. I don't know if you want to call him an indie darling or something like that, but he
Right.
always has these big, massive ensemble casts in all of his movies. Like, because like Dead Man had like Johnny Depp, fucking Gabriel.
You know, I've
Byrne.
never seen that.
It's interesting.
I just
I
I don't
don't
know.
mean that in a
Negative,
negative,
connotation.
sarcastic. Because I know a lot of people say like,
it's okay.
interesting. Like,
I still
they
love-
really means like that shit sucked.
I still love the way he would do his gun, like because he would do it like a fucking samurai sword.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Before he'd put it up, I
That's
just
so
always
cool.
loved that part.
Lame.
But but yeah, like he's assembling his crew, And I love it, like John Hawkes is telling him, like, he's like, look, he's a real stand-up guy, and he loves big asses.
Can't get enough of it.
Yeah, he's like, can't get enough of it. Like, but look, if you're gonna take me, you take them too. And it's so good. Like, and that scene when they're about to bust into that building with the heroin, like that's such
the lab, yeah.
Such a great scene. Like,
come on, baby, it's Boogaloo, baby. I need a hit.
Fucking junkie. Yes.
There was this one point in that movie whenever they were in the heroin house, and they were like, why are they all naked? So they don't steal? I was like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
now it makes so much sense. And all these
because
other
what's wrong
movies.
with you, boy? You ain't seen coochie before?
Well, see, that's the thing that's so crazy about it is because he was innovative with a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes wouldn't trust, and that's how they would get. People would be robbing them blind.
The thing is you've seen that so much in the movie, like girls that are cutting drugs, like they're always naked, but it's like a trope that you see in all this gangster movie, but nothing's really explained.
You think you're just doing it for sex sells, but it's actually a purpose behind it.
Yeah, so they don't steal. Fucking obviously.
Right.
I don't know why I didn't pick up on that before.
The only thing that ever bugged me about the whole raid scene is the dude, like, you've been guarding that door for a decade.
Yeah.
And you didn't remember that it's fucking solid steel and that shooting a fucking shotgun pellet into it was going to do nothing but blind the fuck out of you.
Laugh, though, when it fucking flies up in his face like,
I'm like, what did you think was going to happen, you fucking idiot? Like, I don't know.
It's so fucking funny to be like, oh, God, that's so great.
And I still just don't feel like Russell Crowe's chasing down a guy that knows that project's like the back of his hand.
Yeah.
He chases him through 2 buildings, 17 flights, and then tackles him out of nowhere, bro. I'm like, all right, okay, I get it, the movie and all, but like, if this guy knows that neighborhood like he does, he's never finding him.
One of my another great scene, and I know we're jumping around, but we're staying on topic at least. That's what
we're
counts.
talking about the same movie.
When he's interviewing Richie in the interrogation room. When Richie's interrogating Frank, and I love when he says he smacks the coffee and he was like, I don't give a fuck about no cop. I didn't give a fuck about cop then. I don't give a fuck about cop now. And he was like, hey, Frank, get in line. That stretches around the block too. He's like, yeah. It's so great. And he was like, and like,
it don't mean nothing for you to show up tomorrow with your head blown off.
Yeah, exactly. And I love it because like you see the look on Frank though. He's like, man, he really doesn't give a fuck. Like
I've met my match.
Yeah, exactly. Like he still wants to get this information.
Because I think at the end, even when he got arrested and they shut down all of Harlem Boulevard to get him, that's a fucking crazy good scene too.
Oh, I
Christmas, he coming out with his mother.
Yeah.
And they're like, Miss Lucas, could you step back inside? Because we're going to arrest the fuck out of your son and husband out here.
Yeah.
We brought the whole force. Whoever's not busting in his drug operation is here.
Oh, they arrested his mom and dad, like in real life. Like,
I mean, everybody that had anything to do with it. But that is true about them, like, killing his fucking dog.
Yeah.
Like, when they raided his house, they did rob him blind.
Oh.
He said he had, like, a real deal, like, over $1 million in his house, and they took that shit.
And that's why...
That's what forced him...
paying for it later on. Like,
he ended up testifying against all of them.
Well, and because Josh Brolin's character killed himself because he knew he was fucked.
Yeah, he was going to prison for life.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Because he was bribed. So.
Yeah.
Well, then you find out, like, this little parts through the movie that the coke that the mob is giving to Frank at the beginning of the movie, they're fronting him.
Yeah.
Is the cops busting people, taking it out of evidence, cutting it down to nothing, and then fucking selling it back to them for double the profit. It was just like crazy.
Like you see in the beginning of the movie when they're introducing Josh Brolin's character, and it's the guy John Polito is like the Italian guy that he was in
Sopranos.
Yeah, he was in the Sopranos. He was in the Crowe. He played Gideon, the dickhead pawn shop guy in the Crowe. He was but I remember he grabs the bag. He's like, I got a present for you, and he just throws it to him on the side or whatever. But when they're introducing his character, they're showing you like how his whole unit is basically just like
thugs.
Thugs basically.
Thugs in suits.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, and it's just like, oh my God. Like, I always think to myself, I'm like, if you know, I used to say this like because just based off of how great Josh Brolin was in that role, I was like, if you were to ever do an Escape from New York remake, which I don't want to see, but if you did, cast Josh Brolin as Snake Plissken because he's got that voice, you know, where like just the way he talks, like, "Hey, Frank."
That's why I always loved him in Sin City too.
Yeah,
I thought he was great in that movie.
Amazing.
And he's playing Clive Owen's character. That's what a lot of people I don't think realize.
Oh shit!
either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's playing Clive Owen's character.
Wow,
from the first one.
I didn't know that at all.
That's why when he goes and has like the plastic surgery and shit.
Yeah.
If you look at him, he looks like a knockoff Clive Owen from the first one.
Oh shit! I gotta watch the second one. I have not seen it. I knew Josh Brolin was in it, and I saw clips of him. Like that was kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to see it. Because like, I mean, I love the first Sin City, but I'm like, oh shit, Josh Brolin's in it. Okay, well,
I just didn't have the interest because a lot of those sequels don't live up to the same hype as the first one.
Well, it was also one of those again.
Mickey
once
Rourke
again,
stole the first one. In my opinion.
It was also
because when you think of Sin City, you think of him.
Well, Bruce Willis did a good job too.
No, he did.
Oh yeah, as Hardigan.
I loved him as Hardigan. Man,
it's also
that's
one
what
of
made
those
me.
things.
That's what made me believe. Like, okay, he still cares about acting a little bit.
Oh yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't phone that one in.
Right.
No, not at all.
Robert Rodriguez said, "I'll cut your ass off this movie so fast if you
I
don't give
always
me
laugh about the scene where it has Rutger Hauer in it, and he's revealing to Mickey Rourke's character, who is like, and I always laugh. Me and my buddy Andrew used to repeat this line all the time. Everywhere he goes, though they were all whores, so we ate them, and I joined in. Shit makes me laugh every time. But anyway, back to American Gangster. Little rabbit hole there. Like, but yeah, like, but between that and I can't ever pronounce his name. He plays Frank's dumb brother that like where he's calling him out
Huey?
about like Huey like it's like chet. I don't even know why I'm looking at you like you would fucking know.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
It's like, I can't say his fucking
Figure
name.
it out.
But he's
He played in Doctor Strange.
yes,
though. I know you're talking
he's
about.
a great actor. I like
He is
him
a very
lot.
different name.
Like he was I think he was in can't remember. There was another movie
He
saw
played the
him in.
bad guy in Four Brothers too.
Yes, and
Victor Sweet.
There's another movie where he played a cop, and he was tracking him down. I can't remember what the fuck it was called. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like, but yeah,
He's
like
been in a bunch of stuff though.
he was really good in it too. Like, it's just the
Common, and I don't even like Common's music.
yeah.
He's great in this movie
I
though.
do like Common as an actor.
Yeah, he is a
lot.
great actor. I will
like,
say that.
Like,
I loved him in Smoking Aces.
oh my god, yeah, I loved him in Street Kings too.
Yeah, he's good in that.
He was great in Street Kings, and he was Run All Night.
Dude, I was just
Dude,
about to
he
say
was
that, bro.
So good in that.
I just bought that on Blu-ray like 2 weeks ago.
great fucking movie.
You were
I
with
don't think
me.
I've ever seen that.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a,
like that's
it's a Liam Neeson cheese fest. man.
It's
It's good.
but
though.
it's so good. Like I actually would say that's like one out of all the newer action movies that Liam Neeson's done.
It's probably the
That's-
last good one. I
that's
thought. Yeah.
really good. Like really good. Like it's got Ed Harris in it, and I fucking love Ed Harris.
Plays a fucking Irish mob boss,
Yeah.
which is always
It's
fun.
it's almost kind of like I feel like that they were like, oh, let's cast Ed Harris in this because State of Grace, and
Dude, you know nobody talks about that movie,
no,
man.
they don't. Like,
And you know who else is great in that fucking movie?
fucking Gary Oldman.
Fucking Gary Oldman, bro. Can never always count
The
on me.
fucking original scene stealer. right
Fucking
there.
hey, dude. I love
I was
that
gonna say you
movie.
can always count on Gary Oldman to bring you the A.
Well, it's like Book of Eli, you know, with Denzel Washington. It's like now normally it's like you can't fucking out act Denzel Washington. Oh yeah, you can. We got Gary Oldman. In
You know
this
what's funny?
shit.
That got spoiled for me, so I never watched it.
Oh, it's so good though. It's worth
Is
it
it?
just for the performances alone. Like Gary Oldman is plays
Great
the
kills,
villain in it.
too.
and he's like, "Go ahead, get yourself some pussy."
Yeah, it just got spoiled, and I was just like, I don't feel the need to watch it now.
I
Yeah,
love
it's so
Cheddar
worth
Bob. Cheddar Bob, we're fucking with him about the cat.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, that cat's been coming here for 3 years. That cat was like family to me. I don't even know you. I didn't shoot the cat. I might have moved him a little bit. I didn't.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I think he did mean to, and then he ends up killing him like immediately.
Yeah. I like, and I love.
It's a great scene though.
Ray Stevenson was in that too.
Oh yeah, he
the
plays a real
best
piece of shit in that one.
Punisher ever. Like,
dude,
I mean,
nobody
as
will
far as
agree.
looks go. I mean,
Thank you.
It's
Thank
hard
you.
to. It's hard to like deny that. You know, like you look at him like. Well,
Barenthal obviously is
if
the
you
best
do like a
actor.
side-by-side comparison, yeah.
Yeah, well, and it's also like I was about to say, and you know, you look at the original Bradstreet art, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Tim Bradstreet actually did do the art for the Punisher Warzone movie too. But it's like you look at the Bradstreet art from the Max stuff, and it's like, dude, it's fucking Ray Stevenson. That is Ray Stevenson.
I agree.
All day long.
I agree. As far as looks go, Ray Stevenson is by far the closest. Acting wise, John Barenthal. It's not even close.
You know,
I feel like
I was actually watching an episode of the Josta show, and they had a guy on there that was like a big Punisher fan, and you want to talk? You thought I was anal retentive about every live action Punisher? This guy's way worse than me. I didn't think that was possible. He was just like,
I love the
I
Dolph
don't feel
Lundgren one.
no, he didn't even say that. He was like, none of them got the Punisher right. Like Dolph Lundgren, Thomas Jane, Ray Stevenson, John Berthel. I don't like any of them. Is like I feel like because he was like stuck on the Mike Zack run from the '80s, and that was his Punisher.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, hello, what about Marvel Max, Warzone? You know, it's not like he did just one fucking Punisher comic. You know?
Right.
Like, and he's just like, no, it's like if it's not the Mike Zack run, I don't care. Yeah, if it's not that
I guess everyone has their
of
thing.
The Punisher, I'm like, I'm a little bit more reasonable than that, you know?
Yeah, because you got me on the Punisher Max, and those are the ones I like.
Yeah.
It's so funny though that they made that movie Punisher Warzone because I think it's exactly the Punisher in my head.
Yeah,
or it's from the Warzone run.
I mean, it's like I said, the only thing that I would have ever had my biggest gripe about is like they cram too many villains in the same movie. And they shouldn't, even though it worked great for Sin City, but they shouldn't have gave it the Sin City approach. And I mean that from like, if you wanted the movie to be more successful, you shouldn't have give it that Sin City vibe. You know what I mean? Where it's the over the top action and like
the gore was
like
just
when
like
he
crazy.
does the drop kick off the fucking rafters,
or he does the hanging upside down, shooting in circles. It's very comic bookish.
It's very comic bookish, and it's very Sin City.
Yeah.
Like,
I loved the old boy that played Jigsaw though.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought he
Dominic
did a great
West.
job.
Yeah, it's like, do I fucking do your hair for you? You know, like it's
Billy the Butte.
yeah, Billy the Butte.
I'm top earner. It's about time I took over anyways.
Oh God, I love it. He was like, "What's going on, old man?" He's just so indignant.
Biological, we don't touch that shit.
I know, it makes me laugh. So I'm like, "What's out to the people on the Queens?"
Says so to the towelheads of Queens. Some biological package.
I know he ripped off the Joker in '89 Batman, but it was so great.
Yeah,
old Jack
American
Napier.
Gangster. How many minutes in have like and like we at least if I was like if we got 20 minutes of American Gangster, it's a success.
Like you said, each episode you do a little bit better at staying on topic, so we're getting there. It's just if Punisher gets brought up, I just know there's no coming back.
But but you were touching on with him. That was the reason why he was so successful, because he was the first person that thought about fuck the middleman. I want to go to the source.
Yeah, Frank.
Right.
I want it pure. Because even when he gets to Saigon, he tells his cousin, he's like, "Hey, bro, I want it." He's like, "Oh, I can get you about 50%, 60%."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, they already cut it." He's like, "I want it before it's cut." He goes, "Bro, we gotta go to the fucking jungle for that. You gonna go to the jungle with the tigers?" And he's just looking at him. He's looking at him, smiling like, "Let's go to the jungle.
Let's go to the jungle."
And the one thing that I like that they touched on a little bit in this movie is whenever Russell Crowe's character leads him back to the Army's planes and them bringing back troops, and he starts to open up the body bag of the troop.
Oh, that's such a great scene.
Because it's rumored that he hid the keys in the bodies,
Yeah.
in the caskets and everything. So that's what they were touching on. But Frank refuses. He's like, I never did that. What are you talking about? But then his cousin is like, we definitely did that.
He put them in the. He did it like he said. He put it in the caskets.
Yeah.
He didn't put it like in their bodies. And
Well,
shit.
that's what his cousin was saying. It's like they
They might have.
sewed it into their intestines. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I love that scene.
Whatever gets to the crows.
When the guy is just flipping out on Russell Crowe.
oh yeah, you don't have jurisdiction.
you don't have my authority.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's like I don't need your authority.
And then like he goes like what was it? He was like he gets up and Russell Crowe gets in his face like, well, maybe if you weren't so busy with your head up your fucking ass. Like it's so great.
Yeah.
Like
because that's how he was getting the drugs into the United States is because he was paying off the army.
Dude, he didn't want Vietnam. Dude, what the craziest thing is to me is like, if you ask any like historical war buff, you know, everybody knows Vietnam is the one war America didn't win.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
up until whatever. But so it's always kind of rubbed Americans the wrong way. You bring up Vietnam, you're kind of like, ah, fuck that shit. I don't even like talking about it. You know what I mean? But what people don't realize is that man was giving so much fucking money to the Viet Cong for this fucking heroin that he probably paid for the money that won the war for them.
Yeah,
right.
Like, does America not realize that? Like, this man, just with his money alone, pushed a fucking drug dealing empire to where they won a war in a country.
Right.
They sent America, the greatest, strongest country, sent them back to the U.S.
Yeah, because he was making like $1 million a day.
a day.
A day. It was fucking nuts.
Well, what was it?
I need 350 keys in the air right now. Like, he's not fucking around. Frank, the war over. Fuck that shit. Like,
God, it's so great.
because even the dude, even the general over there in Vietnam is like, you know, this shit's gonna keep growing. It never stops.
I did like that one scene from the.
What are you gonna do when the war ends? He's like, that's my problem, ain't it? He goes, yeah, it is. Like,
the one that runs the poppy farms. He's like, we're gonna all be dead, but these plants will still be growing.
that's the scene I'm
like
talking
that
about.
scene,
Yeah, it's great because even he's like, hey, look, Frank, I appreciate how much money you've put in my fucking pocket. You won me a war. We're living beautiful over here, bro.
Right.
But you do realize, like, you done started some shit now.
Yeah. He's like, it's not in my best interest to tell you, but
Right.
I feel I need to say.
Well,
you should
because he
probably
knew.
stop while you're ahead.
Yeah, because he knew, like, bro, nobody does this shit forever.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm fucking almost, like, he didn't say it, but it was almost like, I'm fucking impressed you made it this long, bud.
Yeah.
You made it through
for sure.
7 years through a war zone, shipping it through using the fucking military. You got balls, guy. You're already in the Hall of Fame. Like, there's nobody
easily.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, maybe quit while you're ahead. But that was the thing about it is he told his wife, he's like, I can't quit. He's like, it's feeding too much now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well,
And then, even Russell Crowe
Well,
says, he goes, if we really stop drugs, he goes, they're going to put a lot of people out of business. Or he goes, we're going to put a lot of people out of work. Like talking about lawmakers and shit like
that's
that.
true.
He said, if we ever stop the war on drugs, he goes, we're going to put half of the law enforcement out of business.
I also love the fact that he ended up representing Frank at the trial after that after they busted him and he gave him all the names and stuff like that. And it's like even the ending scene is a really cool scene where they meet up with each other and he was like he goes like I don't know what I'm gonna do, Richie, like I gotta get a job, and he was like, I'm not gonna let you starve. You don't know where, like, but I'm like, well, what is he gonna do? Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, well, what's he gonna do for him? Like, is he gonna have him work for Richie or some shit like that? Like,
A lot of people don't know this, but he actually got caught trafficking again
Did he really?
I read about
after
that.
he was released.
Like in what he served, like another, like,
He did another 10 years because he didn't have
It was
as
like
many
5 or
people
10 years.
to snitch on, obviously.
Yeah.
But I guess because of all the other, time served and what he had done before, they kind of gave him like all right, motherfucker, we gave you 10.
Which is
if
funny.
you fuck up again, you're never seeing daylight.
And it's funny too, because and then Richie Roberts ends up getting in a lot of trouble years later for like tax evasion or something like that.
Yeah.
I think like, and it's funny, the guy that's the straight Serpico type, and then like he ends up fucking, like I think it was like tax evasion. He was cheating on his taxes. He got busted for it or whatever. And I'm like, really, Mr.
No, but-
Self-righteous?
Yeah. Well, it's like she said in the
it's a victimless crime.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like she said in the courtroom, like, you think you're a good cop doesn't mean you can't be a shitty person.
Yeah.
You know?
You think
Yeah,
you're
that's
going to
true,
heaven
that's
because
true.
you're a good cop, but you're not. Like,
But they, to be fair, they didn't touch on that aspect of the movie. That's supposed to happen. That happened like, I think they said that happened like 10 or 15 years after they put Frank Lucas away,
right.
something like that. Like, but I always thought that was kind of like a funny piece of information.
That he defended him after he put him in prison.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what would you guys rate this movie?
Not recommended.
But
This review's not recommended.
Nick's face is like, wait, what did you say? Yeah, this is kind of like quintessential, like gangster,
Crime
straight
drama,
cop,
yeah.
crime drama movies. Like this is top tier. Like
Exactly.
this is the movie you base all your movies.
it's up there with
on.
Scorsese shit, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
When I did King James 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I attributed my character and oh my god, Ken Anthony's character to Frank and Richie a little bit. Like I always said though, but like I'm like an inexperienced, like almost like wet behind the ears version of Richie in that film because like I don't have half as the experience he does, and I just dive right in, you know. But I was like, that's kind of the dynamic a little bit in a way, and I pointed it out to him the other day, and he was like, "Oh shit," you know. He's like, "I never thought about it like that, but that's true," you know. Well, I'm at it, so I don't forget. I don't want to forget. We just had a premiere for Please Do Not Disturb yesterday. It was awesome for We Massacre. Everybody should check out their new film. It's really fucking good.
Where would we be able to like see that at?
Yeah, I know they all had the premiere.
I know that if you just message them directly on We Massacre, they'll like, because I think they're in the process of getting copies made.
Okay.
And they'll get it to you. Like they've always been good about that, and like they're fucking salesmen. Like as far as like, I wouldn't be able to market like they can. Like, you know, and I've been doing this almost as long as they have, and I still suck at that aspect of it.
Yeah, we and Greg were just talking about earlier today that we wish we could have got to go. That I had my kids, but I wasn't able to. But
well, like I said, we'll the stars will align. We'll find a way to make it happen because like that would be really cool to have you guys come out. Because I was telling Nick outside, like, be really cool to do like a live episode of War with Cinema or something where like you guys come out to a We Massacre showing or something like that, and like do like something a little bit different from you know what normally
goals. Like I said, bro,
Definitely,
doing a
100%.
live show. That's what we've always talked about.
Yeah.
It'd be fun, and one everybody would love to see. And like, you know, they like Ace has been like a really big, you know, he's pushing War with Cinema and stuff like that too. Like because we're all like such community minded people. It's like, no, let's get all of our boys and put them all together and
Definitely.
you know, push it together. Like, you know, just get everybody exposure as much as possible.
Right.
That's why I love what you guys do so much. Not just the fact that, you know, y'all make the movies, but like I said, just the fact that y'all been doing this stuff by yourselves. And
Yeah.
that y'all have this community and y'all built these. Like, I see the same people that have worked with y'all on the Day One movie.
Yeah.
Was just working on this one with y'all
Yeah.
now. Like, I think that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that y'all haven't forgot
where
where y'all came from.
Yeah, we're being like Frank Lucas's.
Yeah,
you know?
and you are the bridge between We Massacre and War with Cinema, so it's cool to like keep this community together, and I
Yeah.
want to like bring it in closer, if anything.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. Like, it's gonna happen because like we all kind of like look at it like this will be cool because it's everybody gets to be a part of it and one way or another, and we're all promoting each other between War with Cinema, We Massacre, Burial. Those are all like entities that we all like heavily promote. You know, and push.
I know you told me you weren't in this one. Did you get your little cameo?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah, it was cool.
Where do you
cool.
say something about an operator or something?
It was spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen it yet, but
It just came out yesterday.
I
You
know.
can't give
Yeah, don't do
spoilers.
that.
oh
Don't do
shit,
that,
I guess
yeah.
I can't. Okay,
Just say you can confirm you're in it.
yes.
Okay.
I am in it. Yeah, but it's very different. It's not like before.
Not a normal
No.
cameo.
No, not at all. Like it's okay. You know how like after Christopher Nolan worked with Michael Caine, he literally has him in every movie now.
Yeah.
Even if he's not physically in the movie, he has him involved somehow or another. It's kind of like that.
All right, see, that's cool. I like that. See,
Like,
because I'm gonna try to pick you out in there when I watch it.
Oh, you'll know it. You guys will know it immediately when you hear it. Like, oh, okay, I see now. Like,
Yeah, definitely. Check out We Masker's other movies because you guys have been doing it for a while now.
it's gonna be like shy of a decade soon.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
definitely.
That's
was
awesome,
like,
man.
what was it like?
It was probably
Ryan
around
became-
2011 because I remember that's around the time.
That was when talks started, but then we did
Yeah, because you guys were asking if I wanted to be a part of it, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just was too insecure about because I've never acted before, so I didn't think
Yeah.
I had anything to bring to the table at the time. And this right before I met my wife, and I met her in 2012. So
you had a
Yeah,
little
it's been
bit.
a
You had a little bit of a performance bug. Nick definitely does too.
yeah, he wants to be a part of We Masker. He's
I'm a
trying to get
whore
his
for
foot.
the camera. Make me famous,
Oh,
Mr.
well,
DeVille.
Literally, you can make him a bouncer. You
see,
can make him.
now I know right there. You said "make me famous," like you just like that's a shoe in right there because you just quoted Young Guns 2, one of the greatest, most underrated Western sequels ever. Which I don't even like the first one. That
It's also,
much, 'cause, like, the second one's great, but
It's also Boondock Saints too, one of
Oh,
the worst
that's
sequels
right.
ever made.
that's
When he's playing Russian roulette with the old man,
Yeah.
Billy Connolly, and he's like, "Make me famous," but he's yelling it in Sicilian, which makes it way doper. But like, it's the only cool part of that movie I remember. He keeps yelling it at him, "Make me famous," and he's not doing it, and he loses. But, yeah.
That's awesome. Another side note: after the show, we should all get something to eat.
Yeah.
You want to like go?
You're
out
talking to
somewhere?
two fat guys, bro. I don't think
Of
that's a big
course.
stretch. Like,
Exactly. I
that
know.
could definitely
I'm
happen.
a terrible person.
Yeah, bro. We never have any problems eating around here.
What's the? I know We Masker has Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook,
Do you guys have a
Instagram, like
website?
No,
Even y'all's
We should,
even
though.
y'all's logo is hard as shit, bro.
I know. I love
that,
it.
dude.
I love and like in the new one that we just did, the new
Where it's sawing the words in half. I
Yes.
fucking love that,
I
dude.
love that too. Like I love the new.
We
one.
need
like,
shirts like that. We need to get those shirts too. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
Like, I want
we're
one of
going
those.
to because like we're thinking once we get you guys shirts, you get like we get more War with Cinema stuff. We'll just like be like that big community where we're just.
Oh, I'll fucking
anywhere
definitely trade you a
publicly-
War with Cinema shirt for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
I'll-
definitely do that.
Yeah, like God, I was gonna say I'll give you one of mine. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like smaller now. So-
Even at your biggest, dog, you weren't
Yeah.
fitting. We weren't fitting into the motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Like, it's sweet that you thought that. But like,
He's like, at my heaviest, I think I was like 200, and we're like, that's cute.
yeah, Brian, wait, that's his fucking
I think
elementary
I
school.
gotta stop this diet I'm doing. I need to I feel like I actually feel bad. Like I want to be fat again.
You just want to eat
You look
cheese
great,
again.
bro. Like I told you earlier, you look great, man. Keep it up. Dude.
It's so funny, dude. Oh, thanks, man. Like, it's so funny though. Like, everybody that knows me knows my fucking like obsession with cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese has got to be on everything.
Everybody loves cheese.
I mean, I went over to one day to hang out with you and your girlfriend at the time, and all you could talk about was fried cheese. And I'm like, oh my God.
It really is the best, though.
I was
Greg.
like, what the
Dude.
fuck is fried cheese? And you guys proceeded to show me what fried cheese was. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like I was a born again cheese fan.
Yeah, right.
You thought you liked cheese.
I thought I liked
That's
cheese.
and that happened to me like 6 months prior. The same thing. I
Yeah.
had no. It's like fried cheese. Whatever. I'm like, I used to put it in the microwave all the time, like just a block of it.
I love that everyone's done this but never talked about it.
No.
We've all put like cheese on a plate in a microwave
That shit
and then
that Tom-
peeled it off.
That shit that Tom Green had done and Freddie got fingered. Yeah, we were
Oh, yeah,
doing
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Guts to
We were
have my
doing-
cheese.
And we were doing that before that movie came out. I know I was like, because I remember like 95, 96. Like I'm like, I'm just gonna put a block of cheddar in the microwave
Let's see
and-
what happens.
Yeah, and it was so good. I would just take a fork and
I
eat
still make nachos like that to this day,
it.
bro.
Dude, oh, it's so good.
Little
Like,
butter. Ooh.
oh, I will fuck that shit up.
Oh,
Like,
I guess you are hungry.
But when you said what do we feel about it, and he said it's the upper echelon,
Yeah.
like in my mind, as far like if we're talking about straight gangster opuses like
Yeah.
Godfather, Goodfellas, Casino,
Heat.
stuff like that. Well, I'm talking about more like organized crime.
oh, okay. Well, because American Gangster's a little bit of both.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
half
it
and
is.
half,
It is. It
you
is.
know?
That's why I thought it was so interesting of a pick because he is Nick is more of the gangster and you're more of like the straight shooter cop, and it's
Yeah.
like the two worlds
That's
collide.
why I thought,
This
that's
is probably
why I
the
also
be-
thought it would be a cool episode to do was to
Right.
do that because it's like it's split right down the middle.
I'd say the only other crime drama that really fits into the mold of this one to me as much is Untouchables.
Oh yes,
Like I think Untouchables in this movie are like very similar in that
Yeah.
aspect.
for sure. Yeah, because Richie's almost like an Elliot Ness type.
Exactly.
And
But that's what I think of. Like in my mind, like to me, the last big gangster movie that went off before this one was Casino.
yeah.
In my head, like if we're talking about who did it, the scale of
yeah.
it, the
Scarface?
impact that was before.
Scarface, is
Scarface
so good,
was
too.
I think 90.
I think Scarface is overrated.
Yeah. Scarface.
It's a great movie, but like
I agree. It is overrated, but I love that movie.
It is so good. It's so
one of-
long, too.
It's one of those movies I love. Like when he kills Robert Loggia's character, and he was like, "I'm not gonna shoot you, you piece of shit.
Mano,
Shoot this piece of shit."
Mano, shoot this piece.
I
of
just
shit.
watch it. I mean, it's a good movie, but the hype that it reaches, the elevation of it is like it's not.
It goes back to something that we were talking about before, how like fandom can ruin things.
Yeah,
And I think the
that
same
is true.
thing
If
can-
I see another fucking leather
Scarface
Scarface jacket,
t-shirt,
I'm gonna
yeah.
fucking puke.
It's the same thing because remember that it almost happened with The Dark Knight to a
Yeah.
certain extent because like you had all those cheese fucking ball people saying, "Yeah, I really relate with the Joker. I just feel like I'm the no, shut up, you fucking Hot Topic kid. Go put away your trip
I
pants."
get that, and I'm so glad the fandom has kind of died off on that
Yeah,
because
same
now
here.
the people that really appreciate the film for the masterpiece that it is,
Exactly.
we can celebrate it.
Yeah, exactly. It happened with the Crow at the time too.
Oh my God.
Like
We were
be-
just
We were
talking about
just
the-
talking about
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah,
so
like-
weird, bro.
Because and it's
It's like you were with us and you weren't even there,
Great
dude.
minds think alike. Because I think we actually did mention this on the first episode I was on, but it was like literally Eric Draven was the Joker for that time period.
Right.
Like I'll never forget.
90s
like, growing-
Edge.
Dude, oh my
Edgelords.
god. Yeah. You get Edgelord Central. Like you go to the castle, you
Right.
see like 3 or 4 fucking Eric Dravens.
Because he was telling me Jason Momoa is going to be playing the new.
Well, he was
Draven.
in. He
It
was in
was
talks,
going
yeah.
to happen, yeah. Like
The guy that
now it's
he
like
backed
fell
out,
through,
and
yeah.
then now he's got too much shit.
Oh, well,
going
then now
on.
I don't care.
Well, it's kind of like it's even Jason Momoa said it. He goes,
What's wrong?
It's
You
kind
didn't
of
want
cursed.
Bradley Cooper?
He's like, it's kind of cursed, man. He's like, I've tried 3 different times to get this movie made with this guy,
You know
and
what?
we
though?
just can't get it
I'm
done.
kind of happy though because the first one's so good. I'm like, good.
You're never going to touch it. Like,
Yeah, no way.
It's
man.
iconic.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I like it for nostalgic reasons, but I honestly feel like it's. You could tell it suffers because he didn't get to finish it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like part of that third act is always gonna feel like something's missing because there is.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean?
For sure,
Like-
because he's like literally like digitally.
And they got him
put
running
into the
away and
film,
shit,
which
and-
is nuts though when you think about the time.
Time,
that
yeah,
came out.
yeah.
Like
That's
wow,
cutting edge
they
shit back
actually
then.
that blows my mind.
I need to
Like,
rewatch it. I haven't seen it in so
It's
long.
so good, man.
Right.
Like I love it. So like the soundtrack, everything. Like
He was
it's
an
just-
underrated actor too.
Oh,
Brandon Lee.
like I was just talking to my buddy Eric about this because we were talking about Mortal Kombat, and I was like, if Brandon Lee would have lived, he should have been Johnny Cage.
Fuck yeah.
He would have been
Fuck
so perfect for that role.
Yeah, he really
sure.
would have.
Fuck that guy that they got. Like you know, it's like
He's one of the few
Guy
people.
plays like a lawyer now or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, I think he is. Like he was in Wyatt Earp also. He played Morg and Wyatt Earp. I'm like, dude, you ain't touching Bill Paxton, man. Like, you know.
Although them promoting the new Mortal Kombat 2, having Johnny Cage, it got me fucking hyped as shit.
I did. That movie
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
sucked so bad.
Fuck you.
Dude, I think we can all agree though it was the best Mortal Kombat movie ever made.
Here's well,
That's debatable.
no. Here's the thing though. My
it
buddy
looked
Eric
good at least.
ruined me. Here's why. He
Please
showed
don't
me
ruin this movie for me.
No, just listen. He showed me this movie Ong Bak, like this martial arts.
Oh, I
That's
got
a
the
good one.
trilogy
That's a
in
good
my
one.
living
Yes.
room.
Oh, Bach
and
goes hard.
I saw that the second one out of the trilogy, and I'm like, dude, this is what the fucking fight sequences should have looked
Yeah.
like in Mortal Kombat. And I was so mad, like because he took, like we went and we left Mortal Kombat, and like we went and we watched that, and I was like, dude, you know, this is what the fight sequences should have looked like.
I guess, but I grew up on Mortal Kombat. Did you grow up on Mortal Kombat?
To a degree, yeah.
Okay, you don't sound like a hardcore Mortal Kombat fan.
I love the games more than the movies.
I
if I'm being honest.
I grew up on them hardcore, so I understand Mortal Kombat, the new one, is not a great film.
Yeah.
But it harpens to my nostalgia so hard. They knew how to like crack into that nostalgia.
See,
That's kind of like we were with Godzilla
like,
vs. Kong, though.
This is a shocker to me, though. I would have not ever in a million years, like, I get with Mortal Kombat, but as the movie, I would have never thought you would have been such a staunch defender of the new movie.
I am, but I'm the kind of like, I'm on the fence. You're like, I hate it. Like if someone's like, I really hated it as a movie, and it's like, I get that.
I get it though, because this is your Warzone in a lot of ways. Because remember, a lot of years when Warzone came out, I was defending the shit out of it. Everybody shit on it.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no, fuck that, fuck you. Like Warzone is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Right.
Like, yeah,
and
so
and the thing is like people need to learn to appreciate things for themselves. Like I don't need to convert you into a Mortal Kombat lover for me to enjoy it. I have that bitch on Steelbook and I will have a good time every night.
Yeah.
No, but they need to convert enough people to make another one. Nah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. The first Mortal Kombat, the guy that plays Liu Kang,
yeah,
he was like my favorite Asian actor during those days.
But
and
he's
in Beverly Hills Ninja. I love that fucking movie.
It's amazing.
And like,
but that's one like the best worst movies ever.
Yeah,
made.
I get that.
Yeah.
But like when I saw that was the guy playing Liu Kang, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about anything else. I'm gonna go watch it for that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Right. That is the one gripe I have about the movie is they should have taken the main character and just made him Liu Kang. Like, why did you fumble this?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
so
that was
easy.
kind of dumb as shit.
That's like the biggest gripe of the movie.
So I probably would have liked it better if they wouldn't have done that.
I hate this whole and I hated his stupid fucking powers. The reason I hate his the
wood
main
sticks?
characters. What sticks?
Didn't he have the sticks grow out of his arm?
Yeah. Well, the thing is he absorbs power and then he releases it back onto you.
Right.
That would never work in the games. Like you'd probably die before you got a chance to use
die.
it.
Yeah.
So
Raiden's gonna injure shit.
Right, and that's the thing I hated about is like you couldn't use his powers in the actual like video game, so it was kind of like
I'm gonna be honest. If they would have just stuck to fucking Sub-Zero, Scorpion, like that storyline,
Yeah.
two houses of ninjas that fucking hated each other and used the elements and all that. If you could have made the whole movie about them too,
Oh yeah.
take my fucking money 8 days a week.
That was actually my favorite part. About that movie.
Them having a
especially-
fucking blood feud that's thousands of years old and shit. Like that was awesome.
that end scene of them two going at it.
He comes back from fucking hell to fight this dude, bro.
Yes.
Like that's hard. Like I said, you give me an hour and a half of that,
hatred
take my money.
right there. That is hatred.
Yeah.
Like you
I love
believe that shit. Like that look on his face, like motherfucker, is this real? I get to do this.
Right.
I don't know,
I
bro.
think this episode was a success. You know why? Because we did talk about American Gangster a
We
lot.
did. We give our rating, and then we do what me and Mick do, or me and Nick do. Change your names, God damn it! Your names are too fucking similar. I'm calling you Michael.
You never call.
No.
It's funny. We do that. We've done this podcast for 2 years. He calls me Par. Like whenever he has to write like Par's pick.
Yeah.
He'll say, "Hey, Par the Collector" or whatever. But whenever we're talking in person, he never calls me Par, and I get it because like
Yeah.
he
I'm not
knows
gonna
me
call you
as
Par.
he knows me as Nick. But like it's like he refuses to give in to the moniker. Like I'll support you being Par the Collector publicly, but like between me and you, you're Nick, motherfucker. Like that's just what it is. Like. I've noticed that over the years. Like he will never call me Par. Like very rarely have I ever heard him say Par.
Yeah,
Like-
I only hear it when he introduces. Like that's really it.
Part of the
Like,
collector. Yeah, because it's his like you
It's
said,
his
his
handle.
moniker. It's your handle,
Yeah.
but you're Nick.
It's my stage name.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You don't.
The
call
only
me,
reason
you
I
don't call
came-
me Ringo.
The only reason I came up on a little behind the scene, Greg, the local metalhead,
Yeah.
is because he wanted to be like, before we even started the podcast, he's like, I just want to be called Part of the Collector. And I'm like, oh, so I'm going to come on the podcast. Hi, welcome to War with Cinema. I'm Greg. Here's Part of the Collector.
such a made up name. That's not even his real name. He's not even Greg.
Now I know the inside of how that the inner workings of that now. That's
Well,
awesome.
I'm like, if you're gonna have some stupid part of the collector, I gotta have something like.
He also got pissed because I came up with way more nicknames for him than
really,
he came up for himself. I wanted him to call himself GD Beast, all this other stuff.
With Greg though, because like the one thing that always makes me laugh, it's like if there's something you really like if he really likes it. I love your defensiveness sometimes because you'll be like, "Fuck you! Don't say that shit about that." Like, it's a great movie.
He does. He'll get like, and I do it on purpose. Like today, we were looking
you get
through
like borderline Napoleon Dynamite, like when you do that.
Damn it! Frick off, man! Fuck cow. Yeah, we saw Pan's Labyrinth in the wild today, and I was like, "Look at this shitty movie. You should buy it." And
Yeah.
he was like, "Shut your mouth. It's a great movie. You should own it." Like, that's great though, because I give him so much, and I really want you to. You know what? I want you to look at the Snapchat right now, bro.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how I got to see your reaction.
All right. So we're doing it live.
You got to show it to
Snapchat.
Greg too, because he's gonna love it. Greg's gonna love it too.
All right, here we go. It's the first time.
It's only like 10 seconds,
And,
so
like,
you have to edit it or mute it or whatever.
A week and a half that I've looked at Snapchat. All right, oh no, that's not right. No, wrong. Okay, here we go. God, I suck.
Who's
at
The
this
Weeknd? I've heard of him.
shit. The Weeknd.
That's how I feel. You looking at your phone.
What's your favorite song, Mick?
Oh fuck!
What was it?
He was trapped. Headstrong. That song came on to my sister. And I said, "Oh my god, bro,
so
fucking, I
awesome.
gotta fuck with Mick. He's gonna love
so
this."
Awesome. That's great.
I said, "Dude, it's your favorite song, bro."
I mean, Headstrong does go hard as fuck.
Dude, tell me about it, bro. Like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2?
Yeah,
Like,
shoot me in the fucking face.
that's that game.
I'll never forget, like, when that song came out, how much I fucking despised it. Like,
Yeah.
and just like that riff, it just sounds so. I have so
The
many
video was
obscenities.
hardcore, bro. They're on a skate ramp. It's like teenagers and they're mad about life, dude. I got it, dude. Like the message hit me at home, bro. 8th grade anger. That's what I call that
shit
song.
close.
Yeah,
Flaw's whole CD like hit me.
Remember the Flaw stories? Like,
Oh my God.
Remember, like I told you about that one guy where he's like, "Man, I love Flaw. Flaw's awesome." It almost felt like he was about to have an orgasm.
It's just so good, you know?
That's so good, man. And the other guy's like, "Man, Flaw as hard as I get, man. I don't get any harder than Flaw."
You remember that one time it was me, you, and some other guy that we don't talk to anymore.
fuck that
we put
guy.
in my letter.
Yeah.
And we all just started singing it, crying, having a man moment.
Stop! Censor that. I don't want anybody to know that.
Make like soft ass shit too.
I do. I'm very low key about it. Why do you think I want to sing on the new record so much?
Fucking goddamn it.
Greg is literally the biggest Nickelback fan I know.
Shut the
other
fuck
than
up.
myself.
I mean, the production on Nickelback goes hard as fuck. Like, I mean, if you listen to some of their-
100 million albums sold, my guy.
yeah, there's
Numbers
100
don't
million
lie.
idiots in this fucking world.
Numbers don't lie, Greg. Like, good music. Good music.
Well, they do lie. It's just they don't tell you that they love Nickelback.
That's the
what
thing.
it is.
Everyone loves Nickelback. No one likes to admit
Never
it.
made it as a wise man. You know how
Oh,
that song
God.
goes, though, don't you?
Hey, you know what? I do. That song "Never Again" goes pretty fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah.
that's one song on.
I
that
feel
album
like
I really
people
like.
feel about Nickelback like they do
Never
about
again.
like Kanye West. Like they'll be like, I fucking hate Kanye, but they'll be in the car and they'll be like, dude,
Dude, I'm going to tell you this right now. I would
can't
rather
help
listen to Nickelback than Three Doors Down. I will say that. I
Yeah.
fucking despise.
The one-
I don't get it because they're both great bands, bro. Like, I really don't
We
understand
get it,
where the
Nick.
hate
you
comes
have a
from.
bad taste in music.
You say it's bad, but all these guys are loved by millions of people. Like, so I can't be
I
wrong.
hate it. It's that quintessential generic rock music.
Butt
like
rock.
yeah, butt rock. All day long it's butt rock.
But I'm a loser.
But the one Nickelback album, I don't know the name of it. The one with the car on it.
Oh yeah, is that the one where they have Dime solo
I don't
on one of the
fucking
songs?
But anyway, the production on that album is amazing.
Oh, they got
like
great
the
production.
production is fucking fantastic.
Another multi-platinum album they have. They have so many. I get why you're confused.
Oh man, yeah.
Pretty sure they're in the Canadian Hall of Fame.
Probably.
Going to be in the American before it's done and over with. dude.
Chad Kroger.
Kroger.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, you get that right.
Did you ever watch the? They had the clips from that one Canadian show I told you to watch. I can't think of it.
Letterkenny, yeah.
Yeah, there was this one guy like, "What's your favorite band?" He's like, "Nickelback."
About to unleash the beast.
He's like, "Fuck you, so and so's a nice guy." The lead singer, I don't know his
Jack
name.
Kroger, yeah.
He's like, "It's a nice guy. Leave him alone."
It's like that dude with the Britney Spears like.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Leave her alone.
I mean, leave Britney alone.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
proud
true.
of her. I'm glad she got her
That's
thing.
true.
I'm sorry, man. I've heard of a lot of shitty contracts over the years, but how do you have somebody else have the rights to your uterus? Like, how's that work?
Whoa.
That's
bro?
not a contract. That's somebody taking like the.
She said
the
that
liberties.
like if she had another
Say,
child,
if there's any appropriate time to say taking liberties, that would be the time.
they said if she had another child and didn't get the okay from management and the label,
It's
she would
her-
get fucking sued by her own people.
It was her father that had control over her, but he actually dropped control over her, so she's free. Britney's free.
I'll tell you, man. I know we're on the radio and everything, but like,
I am a huge Britney Spears fan.
there's no talk
Hey,
about that,
remember,
dude.
we've
Like, I would
talked
just
about
be
this.
like,
I'm a
yeah.
big Avril Lavigne fan.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
the
You
first
love
two-
their first album.
You
so-
talk about
yeah.
butt rock, bro. Like, what?
I know, right?
Skater boy.
That's my
That's what he
least
was
favorite
listening
song.
to on the way over here.
He's such a liar. No, I was listening to that album, but not that song.
She always seemed like the most poser rock chick ever, dude. Like,
She
even
is,
to this
bro.
day.
So,
Like, I don't know, man. She's probably like 35
she's
somewhere,
like
pissed off.
She's like
Well,
a,
she does like straight pop now. Like she doesn't even do the like.
yeah.
Well, at least
rock.
she stopped
she's like a
pretending. Like,
poppier.
you're not
She's
wrong.
like a poppier Alanis Morissette, and Alanis Morissette's pretty poppy, but like
I
she's
love
even
Alanis
poppy.
Morissette.
You know, like
I mean, there's a lot of fake.
Shout out to God herself, dude.
it's
I
like,
fuck
you know,
with Alanis Morissette.
like it's so funny because we're all like we can all be like purists in one way, but we have that one. It's like, wait a minute, I don't get it. So you get pissed off about this, but then you like Avril Lavigne. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just something about her.
I mean, everybody's got
everyone has
that
their
one.
thing.
Everybody's got that one, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like those first two albums,
Like, you'll die on
I
that
love
hill.
them.
Like, bro, I don't care. I know
Yeah.
they're terrible, whatever. I like
It's
them.
fine.
Like, it is what it is.
And I would totally bone her. I would be on bone patrol all day long.
Well, you heard it here, Avril Lavigne. If you ever want to get some from Mick Sawyer, he is down.
We heard,
Yeah.
we heard
So-
you dated the guy from Good Charlotte for a while. If you want a better musician, we got a guy for you. Like, this guy's songs are way better.
Thank you guys for putting me out there, like live Tinder profile.
Hey,
just
bro.
but it's exclusive though. It's just for
If
Avril
somehow
Lavigne.
you do get to hit that, bro, we're going down as legends as the greatest wingmen of all time, bro.
I know, right?
I will take credit for that
absolutely.
shit
No,
8 days a
you're
week.
Damn right. If I got laid by Avril Lavigne, and if it was because of you guys, but yeah, it was Greg and Nick from War with Cinema.
We
That's-
should
She's like
have-
getting dressed. She's like, you know, I wasn't gonna fuck you, but I heard that podcast kind of pulled me over.
I mean, I don't think calling her a poser is really the way to get in her pants, though.
I,
don't think
I
so.
called her a
that-
poser.
Yeah,
bro.
I didn't say that.
He's a nothing but love. I shit on her.
I think you're awesome.
We should have Avril Lavigne on the podcast. See what her favorite movie is.
I'm sure she can get the day off.
Do you
from
know how
Wendy's, bro. It's
embarrassed
not that
I would
big a
be?
deal.
It's like, dude, she's gonna hear this episode prior, and she's gonna know that, like, she's gonna think I'm just some like crazy guy that's just like, oh, he's just got a heart on the entire time. He just wants to fuck me. And I'm just gonna be like,
you're getting ready to fuck her, and the fucking video somebody sends it to her. Is that the guy that you're gonna fuck? Because this is what he said, and it's just that clip of us talking shit
edit
about
this
her.
out.
I ain't edited shit.
I didn't say that
I
shit.
ain't cutting shit.
I ain't cut shit. That's what he said.
You know what? So many of our favorite comedians talk about celebrities they want to fuck. I don't care. Yeah, like
It's true.
doesn't like Bill Burr go off, or I don't know if it's Bill Burr.
Just
or
because they do it doesn't make it right for you to do it.
it's okay for me to do it.
It makes you normal
Right,
to talk about terrible things you do to famous people.
right.
but good terrible things.
Yeah, good,
Yeah,
terrible
bad
things.
things.
I want to
Bad
take her out
things.
to a nice dinner and show her a
And
good
then
time.
do some terrible things to her later on in the bedroom.
Yes.
Cutting all this.
But completely consensual, though.
Right. Yeah.
All of it is consensual.
Me Too and all that.
I would love to just take Emma Stone out for a nice dinner and have a nice conversation.
Yo, Jim
Nobody-
Carrey will always be in the Hall of Fame of the creepiest fucking affection
Aaron,
video
you're not
ever.
wrong, yeah.
If I was 20 years younger, I would try to make a life for you, for me. And I was like, God damn, Jim, this is the best acting you've ever done. I'm thinking he's in on the joke
You've
the
never
whole
seen
time.
this?
No.
Oh my
what is
God.
this?
You want to see some unsettling shit, my man? Look up Jim Carrey
Oh, God.
talking about Emma Stone.
Yeah,
He tried
100%.
to spin it as like a joke, but nobody believed him because he was dead ass about
He
that
was
shit.
dead serious. That shit accidentally got leaked on a drunken bender.
Oh, man. Oh, God, that's terrible.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it. It
Dude,
was
no,
pretty like
I
all
I didn't
over the
even
place,
know
yeah.
about that. Like, nobody said shit to me
But I
about
mean-
that.
I'm pretty sure it was on like a top 10 list of creepiest shit celebrities have ever done.
Yeah, he was
like-
number one.
Well,
Yeah, he was up there. Yeah.
Go figure.
Well, that was American Gangster. So next week, what are we doing, Nick?
We're doing Cloverfield 10 lane.
Good
lane.
job. 10
Is that what-
Cloverfield Lane.
Boom. I knew it was all three of those in some
Yeah,
order.
So, are we going to get food after this? We should all get food.
No,
together.
we're not getting any food. You have to starve. Later, guys.
See ya.
See you later.